But we're going to start here with some breaking news.
Oh,
We got a blockbuster trade in the NBA with Bradley Beal, the
mm,
three-time All-Star, 30-year-old shooting guard. There's been a lot of rumors going around, a lot of speculation. He was finally moved. It was yesterday, wasn't it, Wilson?
oh yeah.
It
Got
was
the alert.
yesterday. Got the alert at my house, didn't you?
Hmm.
But Bradley Beal is finally on the move. He's going to form a big three in Phoenix with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. The details of the deal here. We got Bradley Beal, Jordan Goodwin, and Isaiah Todd from the Wizards in exchange for Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, multiple second round picks, maybe five, and then multiple pick swaps, possibly two.
Mm.
So
Good God.
my first thoughts are
Wow.
the Wizards got hustled in this. They're not going to use Chris Paul. They're probably going to cut him. We'll get into Chris Paul a little bit later. You're getting Landry Shamet and second round picks for Bradley Beal. Wilson, what's your first thoughts on this trade?
I if I'm a Wizards fan, I might be thanking God that this has finally happened because the Bradley Beal, John Wall, I know that they've just been going through the ringer. It's been constant like, are we good? Are we bad? Oh, we're always hurt. So like nothing ever happens. Because Bradley Beal, he's a dog. 2019, 2020, 30 points a game. That's what he was averaging. So like he's top tier talent, but he's always making it seem he's kind of like Dame Lillard. He's always saying, "Oh, well, I want the team to build around me," and I'm just like, "But you take all the money, like you take a $50 million deal, or however much it was." So I got it. If I was a Wizards fan, I'd kind of be relieved. Like, hey, now we can, because obviously we're not going to do anything with Chris Paul, like, and we weren't going to do anything with Bradley Beal. So maybe we can start over. And with all those picks, I mean, it might be helpful, but again, I don't trust the Wizards organization. Everything out there in DC, the Commanders, Wizards, all the politicians. You can't trust anybody. So I
No.
feel bad for those fans. They've just keep going through it. But let's not sleep on Landry Shamet. He in the playoffs, game four, he had a 14-point fourth quarter to help him win a game against the eventual champion, the Nuggets. So, but I mean, again, he's a scrub role player. He barely got playing time, and then the guys that the Suns got, they're also a couple of bums. No offense to them if they're listening, but I've
Yeah, they're
never
probably
even heard of
listening.
him, so I had to look him up. Yeah, but I had to look him up. So time will tell on this one, but I think the Wizards at the end of it kind of made out the best way, just because they get a clean slate. I feel like.
I hear you with that clean slate. That's if you're training a multi-time all-star, a franchise player, you got to get some first round picks. You got to get some
I,
first
I
round
was
picks.
no doubt. I was going to say second round picks. Can we name multiple second round picks that have turned out to be absolute stars in the NBA? The only one I'm thinking too is Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. But
I'll point to one guy
anyone
right
else?
here. I'll point to one guy that just won a Finals MVP,
Drafted during a Taco Bell
the
commercial.
Joker, Nikolai Jokic, drafted
Whoa, hold on.
41st.
I thought he was like second overall.
Oh no.
41st overall, bro.
Yeah,
Wow, I'm
Taco.
behind.
Everybody,
I'm behind.
everybody talks about him getting drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. I think a
What even
quesadilla was
live?
like splitting.
Wasn't even live. There's been a
All
couple
right, fair
second
enough.
round
Fair
picks,
enough.
but definitely you don't want to stockpile second round picks for your
Mm.
all-star guard. This
Yeah.
Bradley Beal has averaged over 22 points each of the last 7 seasons. This guy can fill it up. Max, what do you think about this new big three in Phoenix?
Oh man, it's pretty juicy. Can we say a big four? What about DeAndre Ayton? You're not gonna
Yeah, I don't know if
not
they
bringing
want
that
him.
up,
I don't know if they want him.
I don't
man.
think he wants to be there. I think he's happy
No.
about
I
the
think it's
contract
mutual.
and
I
How
think it's
about
a
you?
mutual.
I see. I see. I didn't know that they were trying to part ways with him. I thought he signed a 4-year deal not too long ago.
yeah, this
I
past
Huh?
offseason, the Pacers tried to snag him, and then the Suns matched the
Mm-hmm.
offer. They
That's
kept
right.
him,
Yeah, yeah.
and they paid for it this year because he was not. He's not what he used to be. I don't know what happened this year, but I think he's ready to get out. And I've heard or
Mm.
all the rumors and all the sources are saying like there's a lot of people calling the Suns to try to get him out of there because that is a big
Got it.
contract with those I mean, you got Durant, Booker, Beal's massive contract. Like, it makes sense for them to get rid of him.
I'm glad you bring up that.
That does make sense.
I'm glad you bring up that contract. Next year, Bradley Beal is getting paid $46.7 million. The year after, 50.2. The year after, 53.7. The year after, a player option for 57.1 million.
Wow.
That is one of the biggest contracts in the NBA.